Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Inspiring Possibilities, the courage to jump in. I'm your host, Michelle Cameron Coulter, Olympic gold medalist, speaker, and someone who's deeply passionate about what it really takes to live a full and meaningful life. And one of those places I've learned the most is through relationships. I've been with my husband when we were going out almost just over 40 years ago. He asked me on the first date, and we've been married nearly 35 years. We went out off and on for almost 7 years before we were married because we were on different places of the world, both in our sporting careers. And together we've raised four amazing kids who are now young adults. And I'll tell you, it hasn't been easy, but it's been one of the greatest growth journeys of my life. Because at the end of the day, the quality of our relationships shapes the quality of our lives. And that's why I'm so excited about today's conversation. I'm joined by Michelle Hoffmann, relationship specialist, international best-selling author, and the voice behind The Art of Relationshiping. Say that 5 times. Her work helps people build real, meaningful conversations in love, life, and leadership. And this conversation is powerful. We talk about alignment, self-awareness, love, loss, and what it truly takes to build a relationship that lasts. So let's jump in. So I am so excited to have my friend Michelle Hoffmann, who I'm getting to know better all the time because we are working on a project together. Each our own, but helping keep each other accountable because this is a woman who knows how to get it done and is doing some big work. She is actually a relationship specialist, speaker, international best-selling author, and I was just talking about it 3 times already author, and then we are keeping accountable for the next book coming down the line, which I'm so jazzed about. We'll dive into that a little bit. And she is the voice behind the art of relationshiping. I love that. Michelle has helped people build meaningful, authentic connections, not just in love, but in life and leadership. So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much. It's always so much fun to spend time with you and to share our stories together. And I'm super jazzed right now, as you were saying, because I just got off the phone and another one of my clients has gotten engaged and they are the right fit. Oh, it's so easy to know when it's right. I say you don't always know when it's wrong, but you always know when it's right. And
Um,
this is another right one. Oh, I love that.
okay, that is super cool. So I just want to rewind a bit to
Sure.
understand, like, share your story, Michelle. Like, how did you, oh, when I get goosebumps, I already know we're on track. How did you get started in what you're doing? Because the podcast, my podcast is all about inspiring possibilities and
Mhm.
having the courage to jump in. So where did your journey start and that it's taking you where you are now? Like literally one of the best in the world at what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm very honored. I'll tell you, I have always had one dream in my life. You know, when we were little, we got on our birthday, they would light the candles and you got to make a wish. You blow out the candles. And I always had the same wish every single year. And that was to attract and enjoy the right relationship. I really wanted the best partner to share life's challenges and life celebrations with since I was very, very young, since I was blowing the candles out of my memory. And I will be honest with you, it took me a little longer than I thought it should to find the right partner for me at the right time. And, it's easier to see things in retrospect. What I realize now is that I had been putting together a process of how do you select the right partner for you on this day and going forward aligned for the rest of your lives. So I say it's easier to find a needle in a haystack when you know what your needle looks like.
Mm.
And it was the wrong dinner seating, the wrong everything, the wrong table, the wrong everything on a cruise with my cousin. And we were seated with these two fellows, And she and one of them, blah, 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 and I was like, oh, he's got some really beautiful eyes. And I learned later that he was convinced I was the right one for him by the end of dinner.
Wow.
And it took me a little longer that night on the dance floor. Not that much
A little
longer.
longer that long.
Yeah, a couple hours. And he was brave enough to kiss me. I
Wow.
mean, this was fast, right? And I did what every man dreams of when he kisses a woman. I laughed.
Well, it
Of
probably
course.
shocked you or surprised you.
Well, he was brazen enough to ask, what's so funny? And I said, my whole world has been going down the track this way, and now it's going toward you. That's what every man dreams of when he kisses a woman, right?
Hmm.
And it was simple from that point on. We we had shown up with the right intention, and we knew we had already asked all the questions and figured it all out. And this is the process that I had developed. And he evidently intrinsically understood that as well. Very few of us actually have the role models, but he did. And so it was easy for us to build a relationship together, to build a love together.
Okay, pause for a minute. Rewind just a second.
Yeah,
So you said you're at the dinner table with him. Like, had you been looking for a relationship up to that point and just kind of thinking this is all the things? And then how did you get to that point so fast when you said he knew and and kind of answered all the question? Was it a kind of a quizzitive dinner or what was it that you just so you had like real in-depth conversation at dinner, not like
absolutely.
not like,
Absolutely.
oh, like it's so nice outside. And, did you
It
see the,
was more than just, oh, he's got nice blue eyes. Let's just say
hey,
that.
this is what I'm
So,
curious. Like,
right.
let's
So
have
this
that
is the
real
process.
conversation.
If you want to do a quick deep dive,
Yes.
um, as my Olympic swimmer, we're doing a deep dive. Um, the process essentially is there's a screening process to understand who you are in the world. Truly, in this moment, who are you now? Like who you used to date or who was right for you before in your life is not necessarily who's right for you now.
Mhm.
So I call that your personal profile. And that is a snapshot of that would be a dating or an online profile. But really understanding who you are in the world makes a difference. Then, if you understand who you are and the qualities and attributes of your personality, excuse me, then who would you like to invite into your life? Like what personality, what attributes? And I'll give you an example. I have a client, she's a widow, and her late husband was very loud. He was the biggest energy in every room. She truly loved him. And now, as a widow and ready to invite in her chapter two, she's actually looking for someone who will allow her a little more balance. She wants to participate and be an equal partner and co-create a relationship rather than always responding to the biggest energy in the room.
Mm.
So that would be a personality, a quality of somebody, an attribute. And if you have an idea of the type of person you'd like to invite in, it's easier to recognize them when you meet them. So I do believe in love at first sight if you have an understanding of what the right type of person would be to invite into your life would actually look like. And I don't just mean physical attributes.
So it's kind of
So,
like just to pause for just a second, like I'm relating this to like um kind of like the red car philosophy. Like if you don't see a red car until you're looking like someone talks about a red car and then there's red cars anywhere. Not your
right.
specific person, but just that awareness of knowing what exactly are you wanting because then you attract what you're looking for. You get more of what you're looking for. Is there like it's interesting. So knowing what you want, well, first of all, knowing yourself and your attributes,
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
knowing actually what you want. But I think there's a lot of people that know what they want, but are they not clear enough? Or is there this place of desperation? Or like, that's why I want to rewind again a little bit more
So
of who you were by the
it's
time you met
all
Phil.
the things. It's
Okay.
all the things.
Okay.
So understanding who you are, looking for the attributes that you prioritize, then the next layer is your value system. This
Hmm.
is super key
Yeah.
because all the decisions that you make are in alignment with your core value system. Understanding that, let's say you're somebody who wants to live in the moment, but you invite someone in who is saving for a rainy day, saving for a rainy day, saving for a rainy day. They're always looking for the future and being conservative now. And you're like, what about now? What
Mm.
about now? So that's when people say, oh, relationships are hard. I believe that's what they mean, that there's a constant
Interesting.
compromise because values are not in alignment. So they don't have to be the same values, and still having comparable values or values that support one another makes the relationship easy.
Okay, super cool because I can relate to what you just said right now as far as, and maybe there's a little bit of a scale around that because my husband is the one that's very way more conservative than I am that way. It's like what you just described in me. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Right.
It does make a good combination. And
Mhm.
it's also been the vein of frustration at times too for both of us. But we've figured out how to move through that. It's constantly we're learning and growing that way. But I think there must be something bigger than that that's allowed us to move through that. Because there were, I'm
Right.
being honest, there were parts in our marriage I thought we were done. And we're 33 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that because
well,
you can navigate those things
yeah.
when you respect the attributes and the values of your partner, you can see that. I mean, so I was always in a situation where let's be conservative, and he would say, you know what? This is what money is for. We're going
Mm.
to go for this. And I'd be like, thank you for permission for that. Let's do it.
See, that's very
Right?
cool. Yeah, that's very
So the first level is, understanding yourself, your personal profile, and the qualities and attributes you'd like to invite into your life. The second level is aligning comparable core values,
mm.
or complementary core values. The third level is I call lifestyle alignment. And traditionally, what people will do is go right in there first. We both like pickleball, hiking, and pizza. It's a perfect match. And then we just hope everything else lines up. But it doesn't always, because, hope is not a strategy. But if you go the other way around with qualities, values, and then the lifestyle alignment, which includes faith, family, finance, fitness, physicality, career, the frequency, the energy you bring to the relationship, intellectual capacity, culture, those kinds of things, all of that is bundled into the lifestyle alignment. When you do it in this order, it actually makes the relationship very easy and fun. So then you're stable, and each of you can maintain your own identity and individuality. And then together you create the universe of this relationship filled with inside jokes and pillow talk and trust that's built over time through communication and respect that's developed through shared experiences and repeated communication and repeated connections. And that's how you learn that you can rely on someone to make decisions that are also in your best interest or in the best interest of the relationship, to share life's challenges and celebrations together.
I love it. You know, that's so powerful because super interesting. Before my husband, oh, I love your puppy. Before my husband and I got married, like we went out off and on for 7 years because we were on different sides of the world. We were both very involved in sport at that time. And I was actually nervous about getting married. Like, is there the person? And we had gone out so long, it's like, oh, well, that's just the next step. We actually were engaged and then called it
Mm.
off and then re-engaged. But I remember I wanted to go see a counselor before we got married. And what you said was one of the things she said, like, I didn't want to lose myself or vice versa. And I think there was a big disservice done by the Jerry Maguire movie, You Complete Me, like because
Mm.
coming in whole as a whole person, and we're
Right.
always growing.
Right.
But when you demonstrated that, like to be, let's say this is a full circle,
Venn
this whole
diagram.
person, yeah, and this whole
Right.
person, and then there's an overlap of
Right.
who you become together. And it was a good friend of mine. I'm brain burping right now, Nomi Whalen, and she was saying like, watch that little circle in the middle, like is it healthy too? So each individual being healthy, but is that overlap healthy too? Like, does it have the cold, the flu, or is it intensive care? Like, you've got to take care of that relationship itself too, but it's also like not losing ourselves in the other person. So allowed to be ourselves and continue to grow and be stronger together, not that that person completes us, right? Like,
Right. Right.
I want to know your
Because
thoughts on that because it's just like I will be happy when. No, like that's
that
right.
might have been a few generations ago, the
Yeah.
concept. But in this day and age, that doesn't have to be because we're not putting the responsibility of that loving feeling, that safe feeling on someone else.
Mm,
I say don't look for approval outside of your value system. You need to value yourself. And then when you can trust yourself, you can be more resilient to all that is around you. But that's just it. If you're waiting for someone else to complete you, when in fact you are whole and complete as you are, then it's as if they're the ones who are the keys to the kingdom. Like you can't be complete without them. And that
mm,
doesn't always work.
yeah. Yeah. No,
So it is
I,
important to know who you are.
what,
So go
so
ahead.
I'm curious because when you would take it through the like, kind of the three levels, like how many people actually go through that process? It's like, no, I just want to meet the love of my life and they're just going to show up. But it's like, it's almost like prepping the foundation first, not in a way that's like, okay, this is like regimented
Right.
because we
It's not.
want, like, we want magic and like, here I say it's not like the movies, but you do, you
It
want that
is like the
excitement that,
movies. It
okay, cool, I
is.
love that. Well, it's like,
So
I think if you get that kind of like, when do we take the time to understand ourselves well enough and what we really want? So it's not just randomly, of which then there can be the more randomness of it when we're more grounded in who we are.
yeah.
Is that, yeah,
So what I think you're describing actually, it feels like a very vulnerable position where it's like, oh, I'm waiting to be chosen.
yeah,
And it's magical thinking.
yeah.
When in fact you can show up with intention. Wouldn't you want someone who can show up with intention to
Hmm.
choose you, who
Hmm.
you are also making the choice to choose? That
Hmm.
so someone's showing up for you, you're showing up for them, then you know you're riding into the sunset together. You may have specialized skill sets or other things, but you don't, one person's not usurping the other. I choose you and I'm the only one with any power in this relationship because each of you brings some value to the partnership. That's the beauty of a healthy partnership. And it's not just waiting to be chosen or waiting for your day. Um, because if
Or when,
you,
or
because
when,
that,
sorry,
the wave can wash over you. And that's
yeah,
why people feel so, disconnected from dating. They're frustrated, they're exhausted, their self-image and self-confidence is just pummeled. It's like, don't wait for someone to choose you. Choose who you want to be with. Choose.
okay, I
It
love that
changes
so much.
everything. I actually had a water bottle made for a couple of my clients, and it said, I decide, because they weren't deciding. They were just waiting for the ethers. And there are some very, very strong faith-based people who are waiting for God to bring their soulmate to them. That's okay too. And show up so you recognize them when they're there. Because
Yeah,
you can't just do nothing. That
yeah.
that doesn't work. So anyway, you want to go back to the story?
Yes. Sorry. I'm like, okay, I have like lots of questions because
Good.
I'll go back.
I
Okay,
have
go back to the story. And then I'm just
lots
like,
of suggestions and answers and ideas, and it's so much fun.
yeah,
So
I
here
love the
we
way
are.
your
We're
perspective is that it gets to be fun, by the way. Like, because it's like when people get so that, like, what is it about getting to a certain age? If I'm not married by then, and then there's a different desperation behind it as opposed to really, anyway. And is there that one person for everybody? It's how you decide and what you look for. Okay, there's a tons of things I'm saying. So, like, let's get back to the story and then we're going to go back to that.
okay. So
Okay.
here we are. We've met each other. We know this is it. We're showing up. We maintain our own identity. We're creating the universe of this relationship. It's gorgeous. People could see it. People we could like it was visceral. They can see that, and they're like, I want that for myself too. It was amazing. And we built a life together. We built a home together. We built a family together, and we invited two children in, and it was perfect until he died. And that left me head of household, sole parent, and you guessed it, single.
Mm,
And rather than just curling up fetal and soaking my pillow with tears, rolling over to the other side and doing it again, I was like, I'm still alive. I
mm.
have my one precious life. His last words were, I love you. I get to keep that. This is
Wow.
my gift. He was my gift and the children's gift. And I'm still talking about him because that relationship was so beautiful. And what do children need when they lose their father? They need a mother who's engaged, who can help guide them.
Mm,
So I used this process to be ready to be relationship ready and to attract love now. I rebuilt life after loss. And I realized, and I did the same for my children. So then they were up and moving again through life in the healthy way. And then a friend of mine who I used to go running with in high school went out for a run, had a heart attack, and died. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But you know me well enough. Now that you know a little bit of my story, I do know what to do. So I went to his widow and I said, this is never going to be okay. I'm going to hold your hand and walk this journey with you. Let's project manage this thing. And I shared with her the process I had developed. And very quickly, she and her children were back up on their feet and moving forward. So rather than having grief have a hold on them, grief was actually helping to move them forward.
okay,
It
this is
is,
okay to pause for a second because this is just major what you just shared. Like how like losing that person. Like I remember when my mom lost my dad, like she like and she took care of him right to the end. Like when you lose that person and he was so dependent on her, like there it felt like no one could fill that void ever. And to your point, like you talk about because you had so many great, not that you guys, I'm gonna guess, not that you didn't have challenges for sure. That's called life, right? Right. But we remember more of the good stuff. I'm just curious, just for those that are listening too, because I don't think there's like a real timeline for grief, but it's like to your point with your girlfriend being able to take her by the arm because no one knows what they need. No one knows how to feel. There's waves. There's and when you have children that are young, I don't know how old your children were at that time, like what they're going through too.
right,
Like,
right.
so I'm just curious as I say that, there's no timeline, but what, just to kind of get an idea for you, what was that space like and how long before you went, okay, I got it. And I'm everyone who's listening, there's no right or wrong on this. Like everyone's different. But if you have something to help you get up and get moving again, because it's so easy to lose in that grief, lose, like you said, being present with our kids, being present with life and just going, oh my God, like especially when that person is so embedded
Mhm.
in part of an extension of who you are.
Well, you've touched on a lot of things. When you partner with someone in a meaningful way, neuroscience actually indicates that you are addicted to them.
Mhm.
because that's how you create loyalty. That's how they become so relevant and important to you that you don't go looking elsewhere. You know you've got stability and security in your partner. So there is no timeline. There is no right or wrong. There's, the Kubler, I actually worked with Kubler-Ross's son briefly. And I was in the end of life industry for quite a while as the widow guide. So if you would like a copy, well, this is the guide I did not have. So I
Wow.
wrote the guide. Life
Life
Worth
worth living.
Living, a practical and compassionate guide to navigating widowhood and soul parenting. And I
Wow.
knew I needed to write the guide before I did anything else, because otherwise, when would I find the time and energy to actually write the guide I did not have for other people? So
Wow.
if you go to thewidowguide.com, you can download a gifted copy from my heart to you. It's
Wow.
also available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Um, but it's a gift for your listeners.
Wow.
And really, what I say is when you're feeling the grief, it's never going to be okay. When you bond with someone like that, you never lose them. That's the beauty. And we have more than one emotion that we can experience at a time. So that's the joy. It's also the angst. When my children do something amazing, I am so proud of them. And then I'm also just desperate because I realize that their father missed out on it and they missed out on their father missing out on this accomplishment or whatever challenge it is. But I say for grief, when you're feeling grief, grief is complicated and grief is ambiguous and grief roams the house and smothers the children at night.
Wow.
And it's important to invite grief in, to have a cup of tea at the table and identify what grief holds so that you can honor that, so that grief does not have a hold on you.
Mm.
And that's how grief can help move you forward. Do I miss my late husband every moment of every day for the rest of my existence?
Mm.
Because that was amazing. Will it
Mm.
stop me from living my life fully and being resilient and helping other people live their life fully? Absolutely not, because life is potent and life is gorgeous and valuable, and to experience all the emotions is that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All of them. And just to really, it reminds me to embrace all of it. And I don't need to just get stuck in grief. I
Mhm.
can live life fully, life worth living. You got it. And that's that actually that resilience is how I got nominated as a Titan to contribute in another one of the books that I participated in. And this book, Ensemble from Solo to Symphony, is 139 or 139 impactful people who have faced adversity in their lives and built a resilience not only for themselves, but as we rise, we raise others up. And that's how I was invited in to participate in that book that's in Portuguese and in English. It's a global international bestseller, and all the proceeds go to help children get off the streets. It's amazing to meet these people.
Wow.
Wow.
And you know what? Like, I just want to say huge congratulations for taking that pain and everything that you went through, then to like turn around and just not only just like, I'm going to get moving, it's like your passion and mission to help other women. And what we say is one thing, what we actually do, like who you are being around your kids of moving forward and who you are being as an example, not to say it's okay that it's messy and it's okay that it's like tough, but if we can, if there's somebody that can take you by the hand, who doesn't want that? And I just want to say like thank you because you've helped so many people, you know.
Well, that answers the question of the stepping stones of how I became who I am. I was a portfolio manager. I was a senior director in a medical publishing company. I was a social scientist at Stanford University. Then my husband passes away. I write the guide I did not have. Then I figured I'd go to work, right? But I kind of got derailed, or I guess rerailed. I don't,
Derailed. Derailed.
a pivot,
Purpose.
life pivot, because the book became an international bestseller, people were reaching out to me from all over the world going, "Can you help me through this?" Well, of course, my heart is huge. Of course, I'll help you through this. And originally I was like, I need to go get like two jobs right now. And eventually they said, "This is your job. We
Mm.
need you
That's your
because you
calling.
can do this in a way that no one else can. You have an understanding very few people have. And we do not want anyone to experience this kind of pain. It's a very unique club, and we don't want anyone to be joining the widower club because it is brutal.
Yeah.
It is brutal. So that's how I became the widow guide and a life coach. And then a couple years into that, um, COVID hit. I had already started dating at this point, and to connect with people outside of our homes, we'd get on these Zoom calls, right? And I was on a happy hour call with a whole bunch of people in, all those little rectangles. And somebody asked, "Michelle, how are you dating so well when you can't even meet these people?" And I'm like, "Oh, I've learned a process." And they were like, "Well, look who we're attracting." And they put their phone up, and I'm like, "Oh, do not go out with that guy. That's not a match." And then what I said at that moment changed everything again. "Would you like me to help you with that?" And every one of those rectangles were like, "Yes." And my integrity is high. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. That was a Friday afternoon. By Saturday morning, I had a whole coaching arc because just up leveling their profile doesn't mean they're going to know who is the right kind of person
Yeah.
for them, how to connect with them, where to connect with them, not only online, but in real life once we were able to do that again, how to determine the questions to ask to see if they're the right fit for them, how to set the foundation of a relationship, how to up level the relationship, right? How to navigate obstacles and challenges in partnerships. So I put together this little program and I start to do it, and they're like, "This is great. Can we invite our friends?" I'm like, "Sure." I just thought everyone knew all of this. And they
Wow.
were like, "No, no, we don't." And they all hired me as a relationship coach. And that's how I became the art of relationshiping specialist and the founder of this company, who now I get love notes every day from people who were lonely and desperate and feeling too old, too out of shape, not attractive enough, not pretty enough, not young enough, not wealthy enough, not enough, right?
Wow.
And now they're in the relationships of their dreams. And it's like, I get to be a catalyst for that. Greatest job ever. Woo.
I love it. I love your passion, Michelle, and I can just see this is 1,000% your calling.
Oh,
And
yeah.
amount of couples and lives that you've changed, even from them finding who they really are, asking those questions before, goosebumps again, before they even find that person that they get to explore and adventure through life with. So,
Oh,
so
so
incredible.
good. So
Um,
good.
so now you're okay, you had a third book. So that's two books now, your third book. And then I know you're working on one. So what are those? And
So,
then
new management blueprints, how to spark talent to ignite winning teams, creating valuable results. So, this one is all about professional relationships. I have been doing this my entire career because whenever I was leading a team, I knew how to do it. And a lot of it has to do with what I was sharing you with what value do you bring to work with you every day? And what values create this team? And how does that align with the mission and vision of the organization? So that way, when the company wins, the team wins, and the individuals win, and it's really easy to promote people. It's
like
very similar.
I love that because it is about relationshiping. The art of
Mhm.
relationshiping is
Yes.
like literally one, relationshiping with ourselves first, like
Mhm.
understanding us. And then you have the relationshiping of whoever that significant other is, relationshiping with our children, relationshiping with the people that we're working in our environment, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're in the corporate world. The quality of the relationship, I think, really determines the quality of our life. And if we can be way more intentional around that, imagine a workplace where you love to go. Yes, it's your colleagues that you're working with, but you feel like when we're spending that much time,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
it doesn't, there doesn't need to be a divide. Like it gets to be that is foundational important. And when people, I think
Yeah.
one of my biggest beliefs is when people feel seen, heard, and know that they matter, that's
Yep.
when magic and way more than just ching in, ching out at the job, it's like it's like foundationally important for everyone. And so the art of relationshiping is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it really is. It makes a difference when you have those high quality relationships with the people, with your inner thoughts. So with yourself, your environment, your relationship with food, your relationship with money, your relationship with where you live, your relationship with your community, with your career, with your colleagues, with your clients, all of it, as you were pointing out so well, is all about relationshiping, and life is better with good love in it. I mean, not necessarily, there are different types of love, and you can love your job and you can love your colleagues and love the impact that you're making in the world. Um, and you can't have a relationship with someone else until there's someone else in the relationship. So not only do you have the relationship with yourself, but with someone else as well. So people tend to come to me to attract the right love in their lives. They stay with me because they're learning to up level all of the relationships in their lives. So
I
they
love it.
all asked me to please write this book. So it's Find Love Now. It's all about the relationship skills for dating well to build healthy relationships that last. It's about attracting your ideal partner. And it's not out yet, so it's coming. And if
This is
you
the one
go,
we were talking about, or this is another one? Like you're like
I know, I was just cranking them out. The
amazing.
first three are already
Yeah.
successfully published. They're available wherever books are sold.
It's and on your website, because we're going to put your
They're
website.
all on my website, and if you go to theartofrelationshipping.com, then you can be on the wait list and for Find Love Now also. So
So
you'll be the
so
first to
now,
know.
yay. And so do you do workshops and things like that? Because my brain's going, we should play together. That would be so much fun.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
So I love to do workshops. I have so much fun stuff going on. This is going to be such an exciting year. I do these amazing workshops. I invite people in. They're on Meetup, so you can go to the Art of Relationshiping, and they're on Meetup, and they're virtual, so you don't even have to leave your house. And I walk people through very simple exercises to share those levels of what should you be looking for to find the right partner.
Mhm.
And then here's where some extra magic comes in. Ready? I do breakout sessions and people practice. So, if you're dating and you're like, who's in front of me and why are you the right person and why are you the wrong person? And it's not like a speed dating thing. We're going in and we're there to help one another try and figure out what are the questions to ask? What do you need to observe to figure out if they are your needle in a haystack? Well, you know that because it's done in such a supportive and fun and wonderful way, people meet right there at the workshop. And whereas maybe an online dating site or a matchmaker, their goal is to get you to come back and keep paying them, success to me is helping people find the right relationship and enjoy them. So it's so great. I'm so happy when that happens. And it happens all the time. And then, the love keeps coming. And I'm like, yes. So
Well, you know what cool with that too, Michelle, is that yes, that love relationship, and also probably some amazing friendships and relationships that come from this. It might not be the person you're supposed to be with, but you start to like meet at a level it's not so superficial as opposed to like diving into questions that are like one you can have fun with, but two, it's also getting to know somebody. And so like I can only imagine there's some great friendships and things that transpire from that. And
absolutely.
bonus then if you're finding that person.
Right. And you might find a friend or a partner or an accountability buddy to help you along this path. And then they're sharing the journey together. And
Mm.
that's actually how we connect. In a world where so many people are lonely and disconnected, this is a
Yeah.
way to connect in a meaningful way.
And I think
Then,
what you're doing is never going to disappear, sorry, because even more so as we're getting more into AI, like real connection, real communication, real environments where we have real conversations, and I think being authentically true to ourselves and not what we think that other person needs
Oh,
us to be, which is so big. It's like to create an environment like you're creating through that. It's like you're anyone's doing themselves a disservice if they're not being real and authentic and true, because that is anything other than that is not sustainable. It's stressful. It's like all the other things. So to be authentically ourselves through
yeah,
that is
it's very
massive.
hard. And
Yeah.
I I believe that people want to be that, but they get nervous.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes, not only do you have the AI and the fakes and the all the things that you need to sift through, which again, my people know how to do that, but even there's people who they don't intend to, but they're misrepresenting themselves because they want to try and get any attention. But we're
Mm,
not looking for attention, we're looking for connection. And
yeah.
you may need to send the message out a little bit differently to connect rather than just get attention, because just the attention leaves you lacking. And the AI stuff, it leaves the spark is missing. It'll
Yeah.
reflect back to you what it thinks you need to hear. But I'm so excited to share this with you. And it's a little early because we are not even in beta test mode yet. But I'm developing an online dating site where there is no AI. It follows my guidelines to connect in meaningful ways rather than just, hey, do you like pizza and hiking? We're a match.
Yeah.
Um, it's much deeper than that so that you can connect with someone in a very meaningful way. Also, there's a way to do background checks to prove you are who you say you are, because
Oh,
that's a big deal. And then also you can get recognition if you're someone who's made the intention to work with me, showing you're truly interested in building a real relationship in real life.
mm.
And that is, and so it's not available yet. We're working on it right now. I know people are like, bring it. Because we're just so, it's dating fatigue, of
Yeah.
being with the wrong
And
people.
not even wanting to try and swipe left, swipe that, like I can only imagine. So,
Don't, don't even try. But, I was wishing one of my clients happy birthday recently. She sent me a picture. Her boyfriend brought her to Greece for her birthday celebration. And she says, "Thank you, Michelle. I may never have known what true love is." And
wow.
this was her 84th birthday.
Oh,
So don't you tell me
I just
that
got,
you're not young enough, pretty enough,
oh
fast
my
enough, smart enough, rich enough, all the things. There is someone for everyone.
Oh my God, I love that so much. That's
All my clients are all the spectrum of all the things and all the abilities and disabilities and races and choices. It's all the things,
I
all the
love.
things.
Oh, I was gonna say like you take it's more than matchmaking. It's like you take it to a whole other
It's very,
level
yeah,
of
it's a whole other
like
level.
real connection, which I love so much. Oh my gosh, Michelle, we could talk for hours. As you can tell, I'm totally intrigued with all his relationships are so foundational. And I gotta keep coming back to that relationship with ourselves first. And then when, like you say, when you know you will attract and you will like it's like and not coming from a place of desperation. Once again, it's coming from a place of this calm knowingness because there's something about that I think that when somebody's confident in who they are, that is a natural attractor as opposed
Oh
to
yeah,
I gotta find my
very true.
person. Like it's like, and then knowing like clearly, like no, what was the movie? I think it was Runaway Bride, where she was with four different guys and she never even knew what kind of eggs she liked. That made me laugh. It's like, oh my God, I don't even know what kind of eggs I like. Like it's like so getting to know yourself first and then going, okay, what qualities that are, and the values. And I love the way that you dive deep into that. I love all the work that you're doing, Michelle. And I know we're going to be doing more stuff together because
Yep,
we just
love it.
are.
Yep.
Because we just are. Is there anything else that you want everyone to walk away with today? Like what's one thing that you
If
would
I have
want
to pick
to know?
one thing, oh,
Yes, I
there's so much good
know.
stuff. I'll tell you, all relationships follow the same cycle, from chemistry to casual to a connected, committed partnership. And each of those phases have different things that happen in them. In the chemistry phase, it literally changes the chemistry in your body. When you meet someone, just like when two cells connect, the chemistry changes, right? You got hydrogen and oxygen, bam, water. Um, so you literally change when you're connecting with someone. And if you meet someone who you're like intrigued with, and you're like, even you and I, and our friendship that is building here, and the conversations that we're having, we have changed because it is enlightening. And the people listening to this, you all have changed because you've had these aha moments. So that's happening in the chemistry phase, and it might be like the euphoria of like a your favorite chocolate or something. It's like, and then as you become accustomed to someone, we as mammals enjoy anticipating what it's going to be like when you are spending and sharing your quality life and time with someone. And that's the from chemistry to I just forgot my whole thing. From chemistry, I got so excited about it. Um, in this phase of the relationship, it's like enjoying your favorite song, and you can anticipate what's going to happen next, and when the chorus is, and where the big crescendos are. And so when you're going through that, there's another thing that happens in this phase, and this is where the deal breakers might occur. So if you meet someone and you're like, "Ooh, are they interesting?" And then you move through um, this next phase where you're like, this could be a red flag. Maybe this is something that's very out of alignment for you. And I would say first, I call it a yellow flag, and you want to ask the additional questions. And if it's a red flag, that's your signal to disengage and create space between you. But if it's a green light go, then that's the handshake, the commitment, and that catapults you forward into chemistry in a whole new way.
Mm.
By sharing experiences through communication, that's how you develop respect. And over time, that's how you build trust in a partnership. So that is, I think, one of the ground things that I really share with people. And I think it's important to understand that professional, personal, and intimate partnerships all go through that. Even if it's an arranged marriage and you're meeting for this first time, you still need to go through the process to engage and connect in a meaningful way.
Well, I know you are a wealth of information, not just information, experience, because one thing, knowing is one thing and doing it is another. Like you have experienced this, not only yourself personally, but helped so many people through on all different levels of life and different phases of life. And I love the story of the woman who's 84, and it just like makes my heart sing. I love that so much because I think the younger ones too, like, that are like, oh, I should be married by now, I should find my person by now. And it's like that kind of, uh, just to have patience and know that you can, okay, here's some things that help get you in this really beautiful, healthy place in order to, or like you said, it's a second marriage, whether it's divorce or whether it's of losing a spouse or all these things, these chapters that change, and not take, how do we take the good and not pound out the negative and stay in that place, but what gets to shift and change in order to, or even if you are in a relationship, like I'm long-term marriage, but it goes through the roller coaster rides. I'm sure there's things that and gems that that can help, like I was going to say, what's the word I'm looking for? Highlight, like even enhance that relationship to be even more so. And having these conversations is so incredibly powerful because I think it's so easy to become complacent
It's true. So
as
from chemistry to casual to commitment, even in an established partnership, the way that you throw the relationship forward into chemistry again is through doing unique things or something that is new together, trying something new, learning something new to one or both of you. It could be trying a new meal at the same restaurant. So, woo, get crazy. Or it could really be learning something new or partnering together to help someone else.
yeah.
Those are ways to catapult forward into chemistry again, because it builds new excitement and shared experiences, building those memories and relying on one another in that partnership.
I
And that's the beauty of it. And you reminded me, if you go to theartofrelationshipping.com, in the resources, there's a video on how to build resilience. And it's called the resiliency roller coaster because I've put all the neuroscience into what it's like to ride a roller coaster or a new experience in our life. And it's just primo.
so so good. Yeah, I'm going to encourage everyone to go there. And it just made me think too, is like, when you talk about the roller coastering, is that, we were talking with our kids who are all now young adults and have some most of them are in relationships now with some really amazing human beings, and just asking, like, that lights them up and brings out the best parts in them. And you just know, as a parent, it's just like yes, no, yes, no. You can't really
Right.
say anything. But like when they do, it's just like yay. And just saying, reflecting on Al and I, like our relationship. And I think one of the things, and we 100% went through some very, very tough times and hard times, and wondering if we're going to get through this. And two philosophies is one of the things that has, I think, kept us, and not just stagnant, but actually getting better, is that both of us have always been continually open to grow. And I think as soon as we stop doing that, which includes what you're talking about there, like exploring new things, doing new things, it's so easy to get into an old pattern and routine. And well, that is just not me. I'm not good at that. I get into like a really bad state if I'm in like monotony. Like it's just like being able to get up and go and add that spark and energy into our life. And it doesn't need to be wild and crazy all the time, but it's like being willing to grow
Yeah.
has to be
Feeling
one of
good,
the biggest
being
things.
willing to show up, to maintain your own unique identity, and to really support one another
Yeah,
and allow this relationship to blossom and grow. And that gives you the stability to actually springboard further in life and do more, knowing you can come back to that safe
yeah,
universe of your relationship, which is so loving. It's so loving.
I love it. So good. And like I said, not that you don't have the challenges, but it strengthens that when you have that. So,
Right. Because you're
okay.
sharing them together. Mhm.
So good, my friend. Oh my God, we could go for hours. We could do this is like a little mini master class we've just had.
Right.
The art of relationshipping. I love it. I always love finishing the podcast with asking you this very fun question. What would you tell your 12-year-old self? What would you tell your 12-year-old self?
I actually, this is very good advice. I received it from someone, and that is you're going to experience a lot of emotions. You can't go over them, you can't go under them, you can't get around them, you got to go through them.
Oh, I love it. That's
And I
so
remember
powerful.
learning that at 12, and I
Wow,
really held on to that.
so good. And what would your 12-year-old self looking at you now say to you?
This is going to be fun.
It's fun and gets to continue. Look at you.
Yeah.
She's walking. I know that by the time the podcast comes up, she will have just come back from walking the red
Oh,
carpet.
yeah.
There's like amazing things happening. I look forward to the next book coming out. I look forward to spending more time with you. And I look forward to hearing the feedback and connecting with the people that get to hear the gems from you. So go visit Michelle's site. And what a great name, Michelle. Michelle, Michelle. We're M&Ms today.
That's right.
Thank you for being here,
Very.
Michelle. You are a gift, and I love your energy. And I look
Thank
forward
you
to
for the opportunity.
more time together. Take care.
Get so
I
when
know
they get
we've shut off, but I wanted, like, we're talking about this about like athletes in transition and people in transition, next chaptering, how we were talking about high performance athletes and when they've identified with that level of commitment and that level of notoriety and income and revenue, and then highest rate of divorce post. And then
So
Michelle and I were
we
talking,
were
okay, go
doing a
ahead.
study on this when I was at Stanford because, for example, football players, they work their whole lives, they are accepted, they're part of a team, their family is part of a team, their team is their family, their community, their everything, and then they're traded to another team. And that is a terrible challenge to shift identity to where the people who were your family and community are now the opponents.
Yeah.
And what does that mean for your partner, for your children, for your fan club? It's like
Yeah.
exploding. So that's a big example of exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's really the relationship with who you are and how you identify with the role that you're playing. And I have lots of exercises about the roles that you take in life, and not only who you were, who you are, and the roles you'd like to step into becoming. And getting that kind of support changes everything. It's really, and I help them with their, like a business has a board of directors. I help them develop their inspirational advisory board, and they have categories in there. There's so much good
And where
stuff
is that at, Michelle?
in my head. Uh,
Okay. I want to have further conversations because we're going to launch this next chapter stuff for athletes and to your point, like I was a high performance amateur athlete, which you don't like, the money not the same as a professional. I think almost harder for professional athletes that their identity being, that notoriety, that, the kind of money that they're making in professional sports to then not. And how do you replace that? How do you and the relationship parts, like you said, when you're uprooting and changing teams and
Mhm.
switching teams and
And what happens to your kids and your
yeah,
spouse and your
yeah,
all of it,
yeah,
all
yeah.
of
So
it.
I'm going to circle you in on that as
Yay.
well
I
because
love
of
that.
the work we're doing and the resources that I want to help bring together on all elements of this. So very,
Mhm.
very cool. Oh, see, we could talk forever, my friend. Okay, so
I know.
your book that you're actually working on now that we get to be accountable for, is that the one that you held up?
That's the Find Love Now book.
Is this is the one that you're doing with Melanie?
Hmm.
Wow, you're so far ahead of the game. I got to get my arse
Oh,
in.
it's not, yeah, we're not there. I've been working on that for years because people have been begging me to do it. I actually had three books, to be honest with you. And when I talked to my publisher about it, they're like, we want this, but we want it to be one book. And I'm like,
Wow,
okay, how do I
wow.
turn three books into one? And
Yeah,
that's the biggest challenge that I'm having with it because, and it's open right now. It's 161 pages. Nobody wants to read 161 pages. So, as Melanie is talking about, I really need to think, what does my reader need to know right now?
that's
That's
what she
all
was
they need
talking
to know.
about today. It's like, what did they want and what do they need? Yeah,
And nothing, I mean, I have, as you can see, I have 161 pages that I'd like to share with them, but they don't want 161 pages. They
yeah,
want the now. Give me that now. Give me the easy list. And so I put the easy list in there. And then I'm like, but which story do they need to hear right now? And do,
yeah,
do I combine clients so that it fits everything? So that's where I'm struggling with it. Whereas if I were starting from scratch and if I were doing like, I kind of think backwards. If I were someone who could think forward, I'd be like, well, in chapter one, what does my reader need to know? This. But instead, I'm like, now I need to be like, how do I make
yeah.
this simple? And I'm actually really good at science made simple. It's just going to take me some time. So I went for this program with Melanie so that I could streamline it and just keep it straightforward and see if I can
And
just,
she was saying today, like that's where collaborating with chat will help. Like chat can't write the book, but it can help. Like, you know,
yeah. I'm super cautious. I do use AI for things like that, but I don't want any two words to come out from AI because I'm all about get real, get authentic.
yeah,
So just to give it some structure and make sure I'm not,
the
you
structure
know,
part.
yeah,
Yeah, and it
left
be words.
field.
Okay, girl, we get to start up our accountability because I am committed. I just have had zero window of time. Like when I got back from San Diego, then like I've really valued the time with Melanie, and I've not even opened up the things yet to start going through. Like just like it's just, but I know like it's I've written it in my head how many times, and then it keeps shifting around. But as soon as I start writing it in my head and
I feel
understand,
like I could write yours easier than I could write mine. I
well, we
don't
can help each other
even,
that way.
okay, that's good. We just need to get it on the calendar. Um, and then it'll be,
Yeah,
I work very well as a pack animal. Like the moment we get off of this, I'll be like, and done. But if we're here, I can like,
Yeah, totally, totally, totally. So good. Okay,
yeah.
my friend, I'm getting ready because I leave early tomorrow morning. When are you doing the red carpet? When do you leave?
So I leave tomorrow because I'm doing this
Yes.
speaking engagement. Well, we're going to stop at the beach house and then we're going to,
Nice.
and then we're going to, I think there's an informal tea, I think she's doing just to get people together who want to listen to what I have to say. And I'm like, wow, thank you. It's a pre-red carpet. There are seven or
Oh,
eight people who are coming to the red carpet, but I'll tell you that in a second. Because what it is, and I think I mentioned this, it's um, uh, several nonprofits coming together, and I'm going to be there to facilitate and share best practices. I used to
okay.
work with Strategic Alliances, American Red Cross National Headquarters, American Heart and American Lung Associations.
Oh,
So I already, again, that's like to me, it's kindergarten work. That's
yeah.
easy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's struggling when you don't know how to do it. So I said I would come and speak to them. And what was oh, they want the values. So I think I said something like positively impact your impact or something. That's how I titled it. Um, and then on the 15th, Podfest is in Orlando, and Morgan James is the publisher that's doing the red carpet event at Podfest. So
So
for a
good.
bunch of podcasters, and I don't have a podcast,
But you'll be on
um,
a billion.
but I've made little magnets and I have business cards and all.
So good. It's going to be amazing. I think how one
Thanks.
of my friends, Brian Schulman, will be there. He's
Should I try and you want to
yeah, yeah,
connect?
yeah. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. Okay. I think he'll be there because he's moved to Florida now. They were in LA and he goes to Podfest every year and he's been on a panel a few times there. And yeah, he's a good guy.
Good.
Nancy
Yeah,
Deborah.
introduce. Do you have my phone number? Introduce us.
Can you send me that? Just send it via email. Okay, I
Yeah.
need to show you this. You're one of the first ones to see this.
Good.
My son,
Oh, oh my gosh.
still a Great Dane, and
Oh my gosh.
he's
Is that
30.
why you were asking if Pixel was a Great Dane?
Yes, because my son
Well,
lost his little boy like
oh,
devastating about a month and no, a little bit longer, a couple months ago. It was devastating. He was only 4.5 years old, and it was like a
oh,
thing that happened, and he was devastated. And then he ended up getting this little notice eh, for this puppy. He was like, "How did this even find me? It's too soon." And the mom looks just like like Ted, his dog
yeah.
before.
That's why, I mean, it's when I realized, when I learned that it's like an addiction to your person or your dog, that's why when you lose a dog, you're like looking for them still.
He said his house is so empty. So this is
Show me
little
again, because boy,
Glenn,
those are some big paws. Oh, what
and that's
and what's the
his name is
what
Glenn. And that's my son Spencer and his girlfriend Sydney, who we just love. Like he was in
love?
about
I can tell.
relationships. He was in a like not a good one for almost 6 years, and he's like, I'm never getting married, and blah blah like what's it's not the right person. And just
Yeah.
the minute she walked in the door, you just like,
See,
she,
you don't always know when it's wrong, but you always know when it's right.
my God, I
I
mean,
have a client and she just wasn't getting it at all. I had to start with professional relationships because she's an attorney, she has her own practice. Everything was that. And her divorce was not all that nice. And she was saying, I like went through our notes and she's like, yeah, if Mr. Wright were right in front of me, I wouldn't recognize him. And guess who she married? Wright. She is now Mrs. Wright. I'm like, this is great for marketing until I had another client who is now seeing another Mr. Wright. And now it's like, I just am making this stuff up.
Oh my God, you can't make that stuff up. You can't make that stuff up, right? Oh
But
my God.
I'm very good for the Wright family.
God, you are. Okay, I'm trying to find this so you can see this little gaffer. Oh my God. This is my one of my other daughters that's got him on it.
Wait, go up. Oh my God.
You like with your little Dalmatian, what's your puppy's name?
Pixel.
Pix. Oh my God, so cute. Yeah, so
Hmm.
we get to babysit him tonight,
Oh, you lucky. Oh, those eyes.
right?
Oh, yay.
And this is his his
Congratulations on never having any room. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
my daughter's cat that is not a fan. It's going to take a
I'm
little
not a fan of you. Well, I want to play. Oh, Gwen's
while.
so sweet.
So cute. Pixel. Okay. Okay, my friend, I'm sending you a huge hug. Let's set up a time
Mwah.
for when you get back and I get back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
to I get
I
back and
can't wait to hear about San Diego and all that I missed. So bring me there in spirit, please.
I will. I will.
And
They're
whatever I
doing
can
it
do
virtual,
to
but yeah.
help or do whatever. I don't this is gonna prove I don't Stacy.
Stacy.
I don't know how I got onto that
Oh,
fundraiser thing. I don't know Stacy.
Stacy's. I mean, well, look at we met. Like, how did
I
you?
know, that's why I'm bringing it up because I think everyone like so I got like four or five things in that thing and then I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't even know what I got." And the first two were like one-on-one coaching from so and so and so and so. And in both cases, they were like, just keep doing what you're doing, but go spend some time with Stacy. And I'm like, I don't even know how to meet Stacy.
Oh my.
Um, so and
Stacy's
Stacy,
actually amazing. I met Stacy almost 2 years ago. She was at a mastermind I was at, and she was in my group that I was kind of helping lead. And we connected, and just seeing what she's done in the last year and a half is insane. Her whole thing is do the thing, messy, go. Like, and she really, she's become an amazing friend. And the thing is, she really helped shake me out even more of letting go of that perfection thing and just going like,
yeah, I'm all right. I mean, you gotta just go. I didn't have a choice. I'm
yeah,
either gonna go. I was already belly up.
yeah,
We spent every penny we had trying to keep him alive
mm,
and get through cancer. And all of it was like, we were in bad situation.
so
And
now,
I couldn't just go get a job because I had these two little kids who need
yeah,
their mom and they don't have anyone else. And it's like, I'm really good at finding focus in chaos. It's like, their only way to do this is this. So I'm very pleased with all the things that I've done and where I've come from. But one of the things is, I mean, I've had to overcome fear of the computer or fear of
yep,
the camera. Because if I'm going to help people and support my family doing it, that's a luxury that I don't get to have.
yeah.
Ugh. So here I am, and you've already seen and met me, so you know. Um,
Which is
and
why you resonate with my mom so much too. Like when I
yeah,
share
I love
about my
your
mom,
mom.
like you
I
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
I love her. She was super entrepreneurial and all the things, all
And
the
just
things. We're gonna
figuring it
make
out.
it work. We're
Yeah.
gonna find a way, we're gonna make it work. So I really need to make it work. And my New Year's resolution this year is I usually only choose one word, and that is prosperous. So
Good.
I've been a boutique business. It's a high price point. I definitely create transformation for people. I'm going to have to do something. I'm not quite sure what. I'm going to get this book. I think that online dating site is a brilliant lead magnet. It's going to be so good for everybody
Yeah.
who participates. Um, and they all roll nicely together
Yeah.
as far as growing my business.
Yeah.
And so I just need to get her done on those two. But I have to be okay with helping people with information, not necessarily transformation. And that's been my most recent leap because I'm like, I can meet people. There's this one fellow who he may or may not hire me. He should, but that's his choice, not mine. I would take him on, but he's going to be a bear until he's amazing because he's never had a good relationship and he'll need
Well,
to show up and he's going to need to trust me and I'm not going to lower my price any more than I already did. Um, but
hey,
where was I going with this? It's
do you
like
have do you have like I know I was talking about Chris and Go High Level. Do you have a affiliate program? Do you have a referral program?
I
To
don't.
look
I
at doing that.
could.
Yeah.
I just the hard part of it, I was I didn't tell you about this client, but I had a client who started out as a widow guide client and became a track true love client or and is with her person. I'm so happy. But when she was the Widow Guide client, her friend, my colleague who referred her, I did an affiliate and I gave her some of the money that I got. Um, and this individual would be horrified to know that her friend and colleague um, earned money by
Yeah.
referring her for such a love. So my whole thing is a little bit, it's not just business.
Yeah.
It's love and relationships. And like this editor I used for my first book, I'd really like to use again. And she's like, well, I'm doing the standard rate of 0.045 cents per word plus a $2,500 flat fee. And I'm like, can we get on the phone and talk about this? And she's like, yeah, but it'll be $30 an hour. I'm like, this is scope creep before we even start. It doesn't feel like the right
Yeah.
relationship for me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I have a little bit of challenge with affiliate kickback
Yeah.
because, you know, do you really want to? I don't want people to pay for love. You know, so
Well, it's
it has to
interesting because
feel right.
they've got to, and okay, so let's do it, or if you're open to a little shift here
Yeah, please.
with your word being prosperous.
Hmm.
It's not, and changing the frame of being paid for love to being prepared for,
Nice.
because they're not paying for love, they're getting ready for, they're being prepared for. So, and I'm just thinking of referral as in, because if you, again, are helping clients and they're your number one referrals and is just say, hey, this is just a little thank you. I'm not paying you, but I want it. Like, how good this was for you. Like, this is what I meant to do. I'm prosperous. And it's also asking for that in a way that doesn't feel like that, but just say, I just want to send you a thank you.
And my thank you would be,
Like
I
a
mean,
whatever an affiliate little thing is that you want to set up. Just say, hey, would you be open
so
anyone to
I
send?
send them gifts, but the again, I if somebody can change my mind on this, my clients don't want money. It's a $25,000 program. They're not
Yeah.
looking for $2,000 kickback.
Okay. But
I
like
would
somebody
buy
like
them a
me, if I
gift.
was just like, you need to talk to this woman and this is your person, right?
Mhm.
Like doing so it's not, I'm not attached with, like, for example, someone like me, but if you had like a handful of people that would align with your values, that would be going, okay, I'm going to send you to so and so, because then
I
it
would,
ends up being a beautiful win-win-win. And
yeah, I would be
it's not,
happy to do it.
yeah,
I just have to be cautious because
you
nobody
have to
wants to
filter it.
get paid for that. They're what?
Well, it's like, again, that's somebody that's gone through your program, right? But there's people that like are going, holy shit, I know so many people that are looking for relationships, and here, this is a person you need to go to.
So I'd be happy to recognize them, and I do that no matter what.
Yeah,
No matter what. My previous clients, the best gift, I mean, they're in love. They
yeah,
couldn't have done this. So
yeah,
there's so much love there.
yeah,
Like this gentleman I was telling you about, I was on this relationship strategy call. They're free. And I stayed on for like 3 hours with him and we laughed and we cried our hearts out. And he's like, okay, well, do you have any clients I can talk to? Because I don't know. And I'm like, okay. So I asked two of my clients, one who is his age, who is a female, and one who is a guy who's very much demographically similar. And they each spent 2 or 3 hours with him laughing and crying. And I'm like, dude, either do it or don't, because that's 9 hours of laughing and crying.
yeah.
You
Do
already know
you want-
if this is going to work for you or not.
yeah, yeah. And did
So
he do?
what?
Did he do it?
I haven't heard from him. I've heard from my clients who have been like, I've, Dave Lubert was like on it with for 2 calls. And, I'm like, you have done more than your share, darling. Thank you. Go enjoy your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Well, I'm
they
going to
do
plant
it
that
at a
seed.
level.
Think about it, because when you say your word is prosperous, like collaboration, etc., like so powerful.
Absolutely. and I'll
right?
collaborate and I'll gift my time and I'll do speaking engagements and I will do paid speaking and free speaking and workshops and I'll show up and it has to happen. This is the year of
It
growth
gets to.
and it's set up so nicely, or it's about to be, that
It,
it's like I couldn't have figured this out before. And through people sharing with me, I know what you need.
yeah.
And I can see people and go, "Man, the internet." What if one of my early clients was like, his testimonial is, Michelle helped me to understand that I wasn't in the right relationship for either of us. I did not decide that. It's not my life. It's his. Um, and he also, and then he adds, and she showed me how to know with confidence who the right one is for me. And then all I needed to do was show her I was the right one for her. And together they share life's challenges and celebrations. Those are his words, to enjoy a life worth living. So he put the name of my book in it. I'm like, God, you're good.
I
And they are
love it.
so cute together. Their wedding was
So many great. You have, oh yeah, you must go to a lot of weddings.
I do. It's good. It's good. All right.
Okay. But so
I
fun,
have
hun. Okay, we're gonna connect after I get back from San Diego. I'm only here a few days and then I go, my daughter has a heart procedure in Vancouver. So after that, I'm gonna be, mm, yeah.
I hope everything goes smooth with the heart procedure. My boyfriend has had two bypass surgeries, four heart attacks, and 18 stents, and he is the strongest man I've ever met.
Oh my God. And
They
that was,
know how to do this.
yeah,
They know how to
she's
do
in
this.
amazing hands, but she's so young. Like two, I have two of them going through stuff right now. Um, that was the other part. I wanted to know where you were with your relationship. So you've got your new guy. You guys have been together for
4.5, 5 years.
so good.
Yeah. We're living on, I'm pointing because the lake is right there. So we live on Lake Murray. And then Bill's also got a beach house. My friend's like, you guys are like gypsies because we go between the lake and the
I
beach.
love it. It's
It's good.
adventure. Life's an adventure. It's so good. Okay, my beautiful friend,
I
there's
got
going
you.
to be so many. This is going to be a very prosperous, amazing new year. And I am so excited to play together, get our books done, and collaborate on whatever going
Yeah.
forward. I think that the work with the athletes, and then it's also some stuff that I'm doing with Catherine Avery. She was the retirement specialist in North America, and I'm bringing her on board to help with the athlete stuff. And I think relationships is so big with that. So
Yeah. I'd love to.
lots
I'd
to
love to.
play with, honey. So
Yeah.
good.
All right.
This was
My
awesome.
daughter just came in, so I get to go play with her for an hour before I'm back at work. Oh, nice. I love you. Mwah. Talk to you
See you.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Michelle, this was such a powerful conversation. I know so many people listening are walking away with a deeper understanding, not just of relationships, but of themselves, and why that's truly possible when we start showing up with intention. And that's where everything begins. So, for those of you listening, if this episode spoke to you and you know it did, be sure to share this with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you'd like to connect with Michelle Hoffmann and her work, you can find everything in the show notes. Michelle is the creator of The Art of Relationshiping, a powerful skill-based approach to dating and love that helps you create the relationship you want on purpose. She's also the author of multiple books, and her newest one coming soon, Find Love Now, Relationship Skills for Dating Well and Building Healthy Love That Lasts. And if you want to connect with her, you can reach her at theartofrelationshiping.com, as well as find her on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. All the links are going to be below. And if you're feeling inspired to take your own next step, I've created a free guide for you, The Courage to Jump In. This is designed to help you reconnect with what matters most, letting go of what's holding you back and take that next one aligned step forward. You can download that all in the show notes as well. And as always, if you haven't already hit subscribe, leave a review and come back for more conversations like this, because you never know what's possible until you take that first next step and jump in.